Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you are having a good start to your April. It is April 1st. We want to start this month off with a bang. We want to try to make as much money as we can. And you can make money in this market, believe it or not. I know a lot of people are out there just sitting on their thumbs thinking, well, I'm not going to jump back in until things are obviously bullish. But that's not the right thing to do. You can learn to trade. You can, be proactive. You can be making money right now, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to be seeing this indicator that I created show up in every single chart that I show you. But let's go ahead and just start with Bitcoin. And then I'm going to show you charts like this, where the bottom came in at a perfect place, top came in at a perfect place, and you can make a lot of money just by staying patient and just trading the daily candles. You don't have to check it, every hour, every 4 hours. It's very simple for you, especially if you're like a busy person. All right, so Bitcoin. What are we seeing currently? Well, this red line is the 51 EMA on the daily. We know that if price action is below that line, then from a macro perspective, things are bearish, right? So even if we've got 4-hour EMAs, which are the orange and the yellow here, even if they're turning up or flattening out here, there's nothing here saying that things are bullish. You might have people on X saying that things are bullish, but there's no indication of that just yet. Now, I will show you on some of these charts, and I just showed it in a video just a few minutes ago that you've probably seen by now, where if you get a take profit signal, like if you had taken this short right here, and then these take profit signals show up here in red, that's telling you to take profit from your short. You don't have to take it all out, but it's saying that, things are starting to get overheated or oversold to the downside. And so on the flip side of that, sometimes a great time to take a long is when one of these show up and then also a bot signal shows up, meaning bottom. If two of these show up in close proximity with one another, sometimes that is a bottom. And then on the flip side of that, if there is say if you had taken this trade right here where you had a bottom signal and then these take profit signals started to show up here on the top. So if they're green, that's a long take profit signal. If they're red, that's a short take profit signal. But you can see this thing gave a top. This top plus means that it's a very strong top signal, and usually you can treat these with more respect. But clearly, this was a great place to take a short because it fell back through the 51. It got bearish. Once again, it got bearish because it was already bearish back here. And then it rejected all of these EMAs right here. So that's kind of how to read these charts as I go forward here. I try to keep it as simple as possible. Right now, there's really no trade. I mean, at best, you're taking a short here because this thing continues to reject. It's already touched the 51 multiple times here. You got it where it lost it. I think this was, October. So you got it where it lost it here. It rejected perfectly. Lost it here, rejected perfectly. And same thing, it's rejecting multiple times here. So, we could come down, do a double bottom and then have another move up, or it could sweep this and then move back up into this area somewhere. And that would be a good place to, take a long down here, take some profit there. Sometime this year, we are going to see the real move up. It's just that you're going to get a lot of this choppy action up and down. And we know how they love to sweep liquidity, right? So, here's all your liquidity down here where people took longs, people that saw this higher low right there, probably had a lot of people taking longs. So market makers are seeing that and saying, okay, I can see the order books. I can see where all these stops are placed. So let's just go ahead and let price drop one more time and we'll sweep all that liquidity and we'll push it right back up and we'll make money. So they're trying to make money both ways, long and short. And they can see that on the order book to see where all the, the liquidity zones, liquidation zones, everything, they have, information's power, right? So since they have that information, let's go ahead and use our own information here and stay out of bad trades because we've got a good indicator to use. And I do have alerts set up for this, by the way. So if you go in here and you do like top signal, bot signal, TP long would be if you want to set it for taking a long. TP short would be if you want to set the alert for taking a short. So anyway, that's just kind of the explanation so you know what I'm looking at going forward. If we were to just step out to the weekly and look at, because you always want to zoom out as best you can. We've only gotten 1-2 rejections. Usually there's that third one and then it starts finding a bottom and then it'll finally take off. So October, November seems about the right time that we would get some kind of macro move back up, for the 4-year cycle. 4-year cycle did work, by the way. I had a lot of people telling me that this time was different. I told people that October 6th was probably going to be the top again because that was the timing on the 4-year cycle. I did hold some money back at that point. I should have taken it all out, but I didn't. So just understand that don't listen to the noise. There's going to be people out there saying, oh, it's different this time. It's different. It's different. Every single time it's not different. It's emotions that got in the way. It's patience that wasn't practiced. And that's the reason why you didn't make money. That's the reason why you round tripped. So anyway, we've got a lot of support back up in here. So I could definitely see a fake out here somewhere, maybe even a sweep lower into that 51K range, 48 to 51K range. I've had this targeted for a while now, for at least a couple of months. So I'm expecting some kind of move like that, even if we get a temporary move up here. So I would be watching that area if you wanted to buy Bitcoin. It could even come down further. There could be some kind of wick or something. We've had those big wicks before, right? So this would create kind of like a head and shoulders look. And they love to fake people out with this stuff. So head and shoulders, maybe it chops around a bit more, even sweeps down one more time. And then once this happens, there's going to be a lot of people out there yelling, here I've got my shoulder, here I've got my head on a macro, and I've got another shoulder. And they're going to say, well, once it loses this line and rejects it, well, that's it. This thing's going way down. It's going to zero. That's the post you'll start seeing. It's going to zero. But that won't happen. So those are the levels to be watching for. All right, let me show you on some altcoins how you can make some money with these. By the way, this indicator is only available if you're in our Discord group. I'm not making it available to public. I may in the future, but for now, I'm just keeping it for our Discord. And I do videos in our Discord as well that will, and I'll just show you here real quick, that will show you how to use it. We did some live stream Q&A things here. Even found a token that did 4,000% on 20x leverage that I did a clip for just a minute ago. You can see it in my channel. So yeah, bottom signal. What I really like to look for, by the way, is if you see for a short, if you got a green take profit signal plus a top pretty close together on the chart, that's a strong signal. Here it is right here again, strong signal. Now you got a bottom signal fairly soon after that. But what this does is it protects your profits. What if this thing just kept coming down here? Well, you would have grabbed a bunch of profits right there and it wouldn't have mattered. Here's another one. You've got a take profit signal and a bottom signal together. And this ended up being a good long. Up here, it wasn't as good. There wasn't a take profit and a top close together. They were fairly close, but it wasn't really there. So now you're just waiting for another bottom signal. But don't play around with these tokens that are way down like this. It's going to take them a while to recover. And on the flip side, if something's pumped really hard, it's usually going to take a while for it to be ready for another long, like a retest long. All right, these are some of the tokens I'm watching, and I'm just going to go through this really quickly. These are tokens I'm watching currently. This would have been a great short, but what we've got right now is a rejection of the 51 possibly. And this thing could come down some more, especially if Bitcoin gets, short-term bearish. So, watch for this. The only thing I would say about this is this thing is way oversold on the monthly. If you go to the monthly chart here and bring up the RSI, well, it's just barely showing it there. But on the weekly, you're starting to curl up there. See, it could be a long that happens here too. So you have to keep your mind open. If you were to kind of just go sideways here a bit and saw a bottom signal, then you would take a long because you've got to take profit signal close to it as well. This is, in actuality, this is actually a long signal because if you took your short here and it's telling you to take profits on the short, then that's actually a long signal. I just like to pair these together for stronger signals because look how this take profit off of this long happened, but it kept going up. And then finally you got the short signal and you could have ridden this down for a decent profit anyway. It wasn't a great short on this one. All right, Linea is another one. This one's more of a macro play. What I was looking at is the October 10th wick right here. It swept that liquidity where some people may have had some stops down here. And so now it's building a base and it could start turning up again. I am in this currently. What I would really like to see is another bottom signal, but I don't see it yet. So I'm a little bit premature on this trade. It could still fall down lower, but I do like that it swept this wick from over here. Bananas 31, this is a perfect example. And I'm not saying every single one of these signals are going to work. From what I've seen, it's like 70 to 80% accurate. But sometimes you're going to get something like this and think it's a perfect short, and then it's going to turn around on you. You know, it's going to pump again or something. So just be careful. You know, check in on your trade every once in a while, or you know, if you have stops set up here, that's good, just in case it turns around on you. But currently, this is a very strong short signal. Now, hopefully it works out, because I am currently in this short. But what you've got is a take profit signal off of this long way down here, which this actually dipped one more time on that long. So even these don't work perfectly sometimes. But I've got, you know, multiple signals here telling me that this thing's exhausted, you know, to the upside. It's overheated. And on the weekly, you've got almost 80 RSI. So if we look at the weekly. Okay. So see your RSI is way up here. And eventually this, because this is so overheated on a macro scale, you know, you usually get some kind of rejection. And not only that, but this is a lower high from this previous candle high on the weekly. So it's a place that it could definitely reject, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that another candle could come up here and, you know, close a candle up this high and then reverse. But this thing's been up for a while. So what is it, 3 weeks? You're starting to see some exhaustion. There's a reversal hammer candle, reverse hammer candle. So, you know, the signs are there that it could be reversing back down. And so I like this. All right, and I think that's it. I just wanted to show you those. These are ones that I'm currently in. That's Bananas 31 Linea. Oh, I'm not in GPS, by the way, and I'm not in Mix either. Let me give you one more that I'm in. Oh, Raven. Okay, so let me bring up this one for you. So it's RVN, Raven coin. And every one of these that I do, you know, I explain this to our group, but every one of these that I do 20x leverage on if I can. I might just do a small amount, you know, $20, $30, $40 or something. But this is more about fun for me and showing people how to trade and doing it actively so that people can see the trades in real time. So we discuss this a whole lot more in our group. And again, if you want this indicator, only way you're going to get it is if you join our group. Links in the description below. Raven is the last coin I'm going to show you. There's a bottom signal right here. EMAs are turning up. It's actually above the 51 EMA. So as long as this is above the 51 EMA, I'm in the trade. If I get a candle close below the 51 EMA, I'll let it go, at least temporarily. And if I start getting some more bottom signals or something like that, then maybe I'll get back into it. But currently, I like the trade. It's looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm in that one currently. It has perfectly touched the 51 for a retest. So I'm hoping that it keeps going for me. Okay, I hope that was helpful for you. Let me know if there's any questions. Feel free to post in the comments below. If there's something specific you want to look at, share it with your friends, hit the like, hit subscribe. I'll do more of these for you. And yeah, come join us in our Discord if you want to see what long plays we're in, you know, our position trades that we're holding for a long time, or if you want to learn to leverage trade with us. We're having a lot of fun with it. All right, y'all have a good rest of your week, and we'll do another one of these soon.